Good morning, everybody. This is Crystal from SharingLifeMoments.com. Again, that is SharingLifeMoments.com. And today we're going to talk about how to grow your Twitter account and make connections on Twitter and find out how to use this gold mine to the fullest of your advantage. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is how I grow my following and make connections online first and foremost throughout the day. One of the things that I do is I look for morning commenting threads from other bloggers who post things, and I make certain that I involve myself in these tweets, and I'll do the quote retweet, and then I will make certain that I include a blog post that I am sharing for that particular week or day on this tweet. So I want to go right here and add this one here for to connecting. I always put a period in front of them because don't know why, but it seems to make a bigger hit once you put the period in front of somebody's name that you mention on Twitter. So, of course, and sharing this. And then, of course, I will make certain that I go through and look for any of the comments that are made on this tweet, which I've already done you, and then, of course, I'll go through and read some of these other ones later on. But I'll show you how we're going to read that and how we're going to manage that later on. Okay, so going on. I make certain I look for blog commenting threads throughout Twitter, just like I do on Facebook threads and things like that. It's very simple. Twitter likes to suggest who you should connect with online. And quite frankly, they do make some great suggestions on who to connect with because they base it based off of your topics that you follow, topics that you correspond with, all kinds of things like that, right? And you can see who actually follows you and you can decide whether or not you want to follow them as well. All right, so we have adventures with kids, creative learning, outdoor STEM activities, kids. I'm not in that stage anymore in life. I used to be, but I'm not. I'm in the teen world now. I'm in the focusing on marriage. I'm focusing on what I'm going to do with my life at the end of this journey. So now I am into the mom life. I'm still into the parenting. I still like to get organized, and they're currently following me, so I'm going to follow them. So we're going to take a little visit to their page, and we're going to let them know, hey, thanks for the follow. Just your profile today. We cover many of the same topics. And I tweet them a little quick little message to say, hey, I've connected with you today fully. It's nice to know you. I'm glad that you're here. Now, that one already followed me, so I'm not going to get anything back out of that tweet because they were already on my list. But by me tweeting to her, other people on her profile will see that information. All right, authors of books, blogger of love, organization, lifestyle. Lifestyle blogger. We're going to go ahead and follow this one. Go back. I'm going to look for some more. I do this a couple times a week. I don't do it often, but I do it a couple times a week, and it seems to make a difference. It really does. Now, another thing that I do when it comes to bloggers and bloggers that are really on niche of what I really like to talk about or really like to read, whichever happens to be the case, I will also add them to a list. Okay, and I will show you how to add two things. 1 second here. All right, we help couples build amazing marriages. I do plan on talking about marriages more. Your vlog is actually one of my favorites. If my fingers will stop, your vlog is actually one of my favorites. Unfortunately, they won't see a whole lot of marriage on my site at this point, but they will soon. So notice I click those three little dots. Those three little dots will allow me to share their profile with other people, copy their link to their profile, view list, or add them to a list. Well, I want to add them to a list because I'm going to put them in my vloggers that I follow. Okay, and this is also happens to be a private blog list that I've created. So I'm also going to add them to bloggers of interest because that's quite frankly not a private list anymore. It happens to be a public list. Okay, so, and we are going to take advantage of one of my lists so that you can see this right now. Okay, one of my favorite tools for managing Twitter happens to be TweetDeck, and it's tweetdeck.twitter.com, or you can just look up TweetDeck. Now, you just noticed I copied a username of the Twitter page. So I can show you how to add columns to keep up with what they're doing. Now, you can do this through this way here, of looking up that particular person's username, and then you can just add a column. Well, she hasn't used Twitter at all recently, so having a column for her is quite beneficial yet. Stress the words yet, as I have a feeling once she sees this tutorial, Twitter will become one of her favorite things as well. Especially if she sees my Google Analytics. Once it finally works like it's supposed to, she'll see why Twitter is such one of my favorite places to go. Okay, so if you look at this, TweetDeck allows you to create columns based off of whatever hashtag you are looking for. So you see I have lots of different blogging tribes because blogging tips is one of the things that I will be stressing on and covering more as I learn what the new trends are in the blogging world because I have left the blogging world quite some time. Now I'm back into it. I'm back into this whole passion world of learning the blogging in and outs. A lot of things have changed, but the general gist, the general things about the blogging world really have not changed since 2012 when I originally started in the blogging world. So, TweetDeck happens to be one of the gold mines that I love and dearly use. It's no different than being on Twitter, but it allows you to break things down based off of whatever it is you're looking for. So say I'm talking about marriage life. I can look up marriage life post and I can easily correspond and share my interactions based off of what I feel would be beneficial to comment on and connect with. That way I'm connecting with other marriage bloggers or other marriage people. Well, this one, which I kind of figured that was going to be the case, but I wanted to make sure. But I can go ahead and add them to a list. Okay, and I can see their list. See, they have 12 members of who all they write about. Great Marriage Advice. You see them right here. You see Sheila, who's one of the biggest bloggers out there. You see Fierce Marriage, which is another big blogger. The Pure Blood, Brett Bed, not blood. Anyways, you see all the top bloggers who share the using this hashtag. So it's an easy way of connecting with people who already talk about what you talk about. So you can make and connect with people that you really want to connect with, Twitter. And notice she liked my comment and she followed. She liked me, but she didn't follow me back yet. Oh, yes, she did. I take that back. She did. Yay! See, this is proof that this method works. And of course, I will connect with her and I will correspond with her. The key is to connect and correspond with people on Twitter like you do any other social network. Twitter was always my gold mine, as I like to call it. Bloggers Wanted, that is a huge Twitter feed. It used to be really, really big where you would find sponsored opportunities. You'd find people looking for advertisements. You'd find people to connect with that want to work with you. You'd find brands wanting to work with you. PR requests, that's another great hashtag. And see, if I click on the hashtag, it automatically opens up into a brand new column, making my life easy. I don't have to go searching. Just go straight to it. Okay? Is seeking prior experts so you can share your insights. You can look for different topics. This is very similar to the, can't think of the name of this given second, Harlow something, Haro, your Haro inquiries, something you can similarly use with that. It's PR friendly, it's the same concept, it's just in Twitter form. Okay, that's another advantage. Also, with TweetDeck, you can do lovely things like schedule a tweet. Working on my video, finally, for TweetDeck. Be sure to check it out on my YouTube channel later today. Twitter can help you marketing. And I'm going to schedule this for, we're going to say 4:30 today. That way I have time to edit this post and also get it out there. Then you just hit that lovely little button, tweet at 4:30. And if I want to see my scheduled post, guess what? I can go right here to searching that post. All right, so we're going to go to scheduled post, and you can see all the posts that I scheduled for Twitter right here, easily lined up for us to review. Okay, again, TweetDeck is an amazing source. Twitter has plenty of goldmine features to it, and it will, I promise you, it will give you traffic to your blog if you learn how to use it and start getting in a routine of sharing your post via Twitter. Another thing I did want to point out about Twitter that you may not have on your blog, but I do want to share it with you. If you do not have this plugin on your blog, please consider adding it. That way you can make little tweets that people can share easily on their own Twitter account. Give me a moment here. Little bit. Wait, so I'm waiting on my post to load. My internet has decided, ooh, I want to compete with you, so we're going to compete. Because my son's also playing video games, so my daughter is too. They got done with school mighty early today. And so, why are you running super duper slow? Alright, so with this lovely handy dandy feature, it's called Better Click to Tweet. And out. Now, I do have to stress that I will look up the hashtags on here. Is it Jenny in Georgia? Jenny in Georgia. In Georgia. season 2. Don't see pleasure. Yeah, what is that? Is a series, but all right, so we're going to see how this looks on the post and see how easy it is for somebody to share a tweet right off your blog. And it also includes the post, it includes your little descriptions. It makes life easy. Okay, so again, tweetdeck.twitter.com. Take a few minutes to see who Twitter recommends. You can also, I forgot to mention this because I got a little sidetracked, you can even see what is trending right now on Twitter. You can jump in those conversations. Writing community is a pretty popular tweet. That is one that I get involved with as often as I can. And right now, today, it is number 10 in trending. Awesome sauce. All right, so you can see that, and then you can dive right into communicating with these other people and see what all they're talking about, jump into the conversations, be actively involved on Twitter. I have a question. I have no idea what that means, so I can't say that. Can't answer. About my work for a literary magazine in adult. Congrats! Wait, that's how I use it. It's simple, organizes everything in detail for me to make my life really easy. And as you can see, I do get interactions when I actually get involved with it. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I hope this helps you make Twitter more user friendly for you. This is also a great way to manage Twitter parties when they have them. I don't know if they're quite as popular as they used to be. It used to be we get together every week on Twitter and talk about blogging and growing our blogs with Sits Girls, but I've noticed that they've done away with that since I stopped putting it. And other things happened as well. They were starting to slow down as well, even before I started putting it. But if you have any other questions about TweetDeck or even Twitter, don't hesitate to ask. As always, feel free to visit us over at sharinglifesmoments.com. Again, my name is Crystal. My email is always open for questions and even feedback. Have a great day. Bye.